Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Pluto. Last time, we had basically two different sets of scenes, didn't we? Or like two different little stories. We had our detective.
Three.
Yeah, three. What's the third one?
Well, no, go ahead. You go to yours,
Okay.
and we'll see what you
The
forget.
first one I remember is we get introduced to our detective. He's investigating what's happening. He's having some weird dreams,
Four. I'm
and
gonna
he's
go
trying to
four.
figure out what all the horns are about.
Five. I'm gonna go with five now.
Oh wow, okay. The second one is North number 2 attempts to retire to take care of someone who is currently retired from writing music, and together they start forming a relationship until what I assume is the murderer comes by and kills them in a gigantic tornado.
I'm gonna say, until just now, I've been trying to remember the name of a robot, and this is how long it took me from the start of recording to remember Mount Blanc's name.
Ah, there you go. I guess we did have as like the introduction prior to like the detective, like Mont Blanc is dead. That
No,
is the
no,
inciting
we
incident.
started with a detective.
Did we? No, I
No,
thought we
no,
started
no,
with the
no.
fire.
We start with the fire, then we go to the detective, then we figure out what the fire's about because the detective shows up and
Mhm.
says this wasn't a forest fire. This was something else.
Yeah, yeah. So what are
But
your
we
ideas for
also
like the other two
no, because
stories
we
then?
also have Mont Blanc. His whole we're building a statue because we're doing the memorial thing in a couple of days. And look at even all the workers here. We cover
Mhm.
Mont Blanc for quite a while. How he was
I
a
kind of just
hero
pushed
during the
that under
war and
the
everything.
detective is all.
No, no, because the detective has three different scenes. We have detective investigates serial killer robot, which is its own thing, its own
Uh-huh.
subplot. We have detective investigates the murder of oh god, we had a whole conversation about this. The name Robbie the
Robbie.
robot, because I was seeing the whole Danger Will Robinson thing, because that's that
Yeah,
robot
yeah.
model that's used in what Forbidden Planet and Lost in Space. That robot model name is called Robbie the robot. So we have that because it involves the murder scene, the junkie going to the wife and the memories that she experiences, which is another uncovering of the horns thing.
Hmm.
Then the detective alone, not alone, with the scientist going over his memories and what it means to be human or robot.
Yeah.
So what you're just breaking down into is the detective has so many sub scenes that mean something very important to the show that I don't think can just be written off as the detective.
Right, right. But I would still go ahead and post it as A plot, B plot in like my own mind, because of course, following all the murder mystery is kind of why we're here. But plot B was entirely about setting ambience, a backstory, and explaining one person. So that's kind of like why I
Well, that's
separated
what I'm
the
saying
two.
is the whole Mont Blanc thing sets up one person as well. I guess because I'm
So
coming at this from at least knowing without words what the
mhm.
world's greatest robots is. I didn't read the manga or anything. I just know
Yeah.
that one thing that I've shown you on here, dear viewer, the black and white thing that I watched with no translation, that this is world's greatest robots. So all of these robots have meaning. And I think that Mont
Mhm.
Blanc was the first one, is why you had no real emotional attachment. But I think number two's explanation of the
Yeah.
war and why wanted to forget it and everything
Yeah.
is also supposed to give added weight to Mont Blanc's story.
Yeah, like
And
post fact, like after watching the episode, coming back now, it's like, oh yeah, all of this makes sense. They are the same. They're having the same thoughts, but like Mont Blanc like went on to like do his thing, which is like more nature based. And still there, like Mont Blanc at least like is a well respected, vaunted hero that people really like and respect. And obviously his passing is like a tragic thing. We just didn't have 40 minutes of Mont Blanc and like getting to know him personally. We now only have the aspect of looking back in history and going, this is who he was. It's just bad he's
I
gone.
would say that actually they've probably got equal amount of screen time.
You think so?
I don't think number two and God, I cannot remember the composer's name. I don't think that was a half an hour. I
I
really feel
I
like we
feel like
spent
it
a
was.
lot of time on the detective and his investigation into what happened to Robbie, as well as his breakdown of the wife with the wife about
Yeah.
the last memory chip thing,
Hmm.
and the amount of time we then spent with him in the Mont Blanc investigation, plus the Mont Blanc reveals itself. I feel like, if anything, there must be half and half.
I guess probably just hit me harder in the second half. So of course, like it's distorted in my own memory, which that's fine. It was good. I want more of it. But I think like the big thing on my mind right now is like, okay, so who's the murderer? Uh Obviously it's Pluto. They've named him. That's the name of the series. Ostensibly, I know what's going to happen, right?
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you this just so there's a mystery to be left, because it seems like you feel
Sure.
like you've solved everything really quickly.
I have, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, it sounds that way. Um, I think you're at least half right. What I saw in what I've watched featured no human murders. So that part
Interesting.
is still a complete mystery to me. I have no idea what's going on there. Um,
Yeah. But
so
as far
yeah,
as the show is presented.
and I mean, well, see, here's the thing: is you've seen how, if what you're assuming is true, how Pluto kills robots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think those humans would have been in one piece if Pluto got to them. So,
Yeah. Is Pluto the same person who killed the robot rights guy? And why would he even bother? What would be the point of that? There's no tornado there either. Pluto is a person who can make tornadoes, lightning to some degree, and is as powerful as quote the world's greatest robots. So he is like some sort of big robotic threat, but that didn't seem to happen in like the apartment, so
and it's
got
the
to be
fact
someone
that
else. Oh, and also the horns.
your robotics rights guy had horn placement the same as
Oh
Mont
yeah.
Blanc did. Mont
Yeah,
Blanc,
so that's the confusing
that's a
part then.
connective tissue of completely, almost to me, seemingly unrelated events. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
not unrelated, they're in a show together, but to me, who saw one thing way back when where no human murders took place.
Hmm.
And by the way, even though it's 1963 Astro Boy, very much human murders could have taken place in that show. So I
Yeah.
have no idea why. I say it's a mystery. Like I'm saying, I feel like you're in a position where you feel like you've solved it, and I'm saying me who has a little,
Yeah.
this much more knowledge than you, feels like there is an unsolved mystery here that I do not know.
Yeah. And I guess to go ahead and say over here, I haven't solved anything. These are just the clues that they put out in one episode, and I gotta say, okay, maybe there's a mystery character here. Maybe there's even someone we've already seen who is the murderer. Maybe it's the detective all along.
And also, we had that conversation with apparently the robot that broke the laws of robotics or whatever. You know.
Yeah, yeah, the one who actually did commit a murder is stuck there stabbed to a wall and is like, "Oh, you want to know how it happened?" It's like Hannibal lecturing, which was great. I loved it. It was a nice tense scene.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a part that I saw in the original 2 episode thing of this, but
Yeah,
like I said, I think a bunch of these characters also must have been, I'm guessing here, may have been introduced in earlier episodes of Astro Boy,
yeah,
and I, just watching the first and then this, did not see that. So
yeah. You want to watch a couple hundred episodes of Astro Boy real quick?
it's like 200 or something, and literally I had 3 or 4 days. So before we
There
did
you
the first episode, but my idea was more so that I don't know if that guy is shown
go.
in the
Hmm.
first 100, 200 episodes of Astro Boy. So I don't know if these characters, if I saw like the main bit of World's Greatest Robots and all
Uh-huh.
this stuff was built up in previous episodes, had to have been. But
Well,
clearly I've gotten, like I said, this much more information. I basically watched this through a time portal with no audio.
yeah, there you go. We do have one more little bit of extra, which is, of course, Astro Boy is here now. He just got introduced, and that was it. Probably gonna
Well,
get more of him today.
well, as we said, your character over there is supposed to be Astro Boy as you, and I
Yeah.
believe we covered last time what we left off on last
Mhm.
time was you saying this is a happy show and you didn't know how a lot of this would have been taken or something like that, and I was like,
Yeah.
you don't know the origin of Astro Boy.
I clearly don't. We're gonna get some tears today then.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you just in case because my hope was that this was going to be the episode because I don't know if we're going to
I
do
want
the
to get
whole.
Astro Boy in the best quality ever. I want to see his whole backstory today, exactly like we got North number 2. It's gonna
Well,
be
because
great.
my thing is, I don't know if we're gonna do
Yeah.
the Bruce Wayne as a kid scene in this show. We're gonna get back to the alleyway one more time.
This is the alleyway where my parents died, Parappa.
Yeah, I just don't know. Are you doing Parappa the Rappa as Bruce Wayne? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, no, Bruce Wayne introducing Parappa the Rapper to the alleyway where his parents died.
Okay, I don't know where that comes from. But
There's a whole bunch of side things you could probably throw in there.
but my point being is, I don't know if we're gonna consider ourselves above doing origin stories, and we're just gonna,
Mhm.
he's here. Let's just figure it out from there, or
We got
if
8 episodes.
I think I said last time that if this episode doesn't cover it, and I don't get the sense that they will, that
Uh-huh.
maybe I'll share a bit with you. Otherwise, I'm hoping it's going to come this episode.
Then let's go ahead and see if we get it then. I say it's time to begin, but before we do, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can go ahead and follow us over on our Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
Click the link down below, join the Discord, let us know who your favorite character in Astro Boy or Pluto is. They should be the same characters.
The Robot War.
No, we're doing the Marvel thing.
Yeah. I didn't say it last time, but this is just the Marvel intro, isn't
Well,
it?
it was the Marvel intro before they had enough shows to do it with live action versions.
Yeah.
The current Marvel one
This
is
is the
all
we want to show you the history we have kind of deal. It makes sense. It's
like
good.
they say if you pick up the manga, you're not gonna be able to put it down.
Oh. Yeah, that's a great way to start off an episode.
Horns.
Yep.
なんともはや田橋警視被害者の身元が分かりました田崎純一郎法学者です国際ロボット法の発案者でもありますああロボットに自由で平等な権利を与えた超合
Huh.
This is painting a very bad picture of Pluto. He's like, no, I want to be without rights.
Well, I mean, at least helps you out. This bit is what I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
This tells you how relatively new robot rights were.
調べさせます
That the guy who proposed it is still alive or was.
しかしどういうことこりゃ
Oh, an entire neighborhood got blown up in the
No,
fight
just a
too.
house. It's just one house.
Okay, it's just one.
He wasn't
The
a giant.
perspective got me.
原因は何だ自然に崩れたのかパワーショベルでも使ったのか
現在分析中です。
まあお前らならできんこともないか
Ah, the robo racism coming through.
力のあるロボットならこれぐらいやってのけるだろう田橋警視角の件ですが
I heard that, you son of a bitch.
それだモンブランとかいうロボットが破壊された頭部にあともう一件がドイツデュッセルドルフ
Imagine trying to connect every case of two sticks sticking out of the ground in the world.
Well, there aren't that many adjacent to dead bodies, right?
それがこのデータによると2件とも同じ刑事が担当しています同じ刑事はいしかもロボット刑事です
ロボットか。そいつの名前は。
ゲジ人です。
Literally on the screen.
He just refuses to read. I
To be
know
fair,
that kind
he
of
could be
person.
speaking a different language. All languages displayed could be in English, and it could all be reading in different languages.
Oh yeah, just like complain. It was like, put it into the Japanese translator. Come
They're
on.
clearly in Germany. He was clearly in Japan, or something
Mhm.
like that.
何がですか？
君を見ていると人間かロボットか識別システムが誤作動を起こしそうになる。
よく言われます。
何度かニュースでは見かけていたが、こうして実際に君を目の前にすると。
ニュース？
なあ、第39次中央アジア紛争で平和維持軍として君が現地に入った時は随分と騒ぎになったろう。
I feel like there's a major part of the old anime that I should probably watch.
Oh gosh, like there's an entire arc here.
まるでアイドルか。
Apparently, the best episode is when he goes into space to fight a war. So
はい。お待たせしました。いただきます。
He is absolutely adorable, though.
he's meant to be.
何ですか？
いや、本当に美味しそうに食べるなと思ってね。私の飲み方なんていかにも真似だろ。
真似してるうちに分かるような気がしてきたんです。
何がだい？
So he's meant
美味
to
しいっ
be.
てことが。人間の言う本当の感覚は分かりませんけど、なんとなく胸が。
なんということだ。じゃあさっきは
It's already getting philosophical.
子供を見て君も本当に欲しいと思った。
はい。あれ、今子供の間で大人気なんです。
If I could have a levitating UFO, I'd want one too, honestly.
さっき雨の中でカタツムリを見つけたね。
はい。
あれはただ有害類マイマイ科の生物を採取したということじゃなく、何か胸にグッときた。
What was it for Blade Runners? Like, we need to give him the Void Comp test. Like, you find a turtle in the desert on its back. How do you feel?
やっぱり噂にたがわず君はすごいな。外見は子供
It's
だ
all
が
about what they're
私なん
built
かより
for.
はるかに人工知能が優れていることがわかる。
I'm the turtle flipping robot. Of course I feel something about this.
だから売られたんです。見た目が子供だから面白がられてサーカスに売られたんです。
売られた。
Oh, we're keeping that too, huh?
This is a surprise backstory.
Yeah, he was sold to a circus.
すまなかったね。変な話になって。
いえ。
では本題に入ろう。
And that's before robots got rights, obviously.
スイスのモンブラン、スコットランドのノース2号と相次いで殺されている。
僕も危ないということですか？
ああ、まだ確証はないが、犯人の目的はおそらく世界最高水準のロボット7体を。
There we go. We put the number to it.
なぜそんなこと？
I think I was being cagey about numbering them before.
君ならわかるだろう。
So I guess that means there's 5 left?
Yep. Mont Blanc at number 2 out of 7.
ゲジヒトさん、メモリーチップを読み取らせてもらえません
In
か
1963, they've always kept a image on the screen sort of thing. Because Pluto was keeping track.
I love having this turned on guest here.
捜査の極秘資料も入っているし、私の個人情報も入っている。そうか。君の人工知能は私よりずっと優れているんだっけな。君を信じるよ。
He did this to Rob before and found some details, and now he's gonna find one. Wakes up. Man, your marriage is
あり
terrible.
がとうございました。
捜査に関係ない情報はそちらで削除してくれ。
はい。
私の気づいていない情報が見つかるといいんだが。
あなたが気づいて
I'm equal parts eager to solve the mystery but also hope they show his backstory so you can get to it.
ちょっと
We got plenty of time.
これも人間の真似をしてるうちに習慣になっちゃって。
なるほど。君ほど人間に近くなればあり得る話だ
Well, I
ね。
mean, he'd have to anyway.
Ah, 8 minutes in, and we're already in tears.
よくね。
ええ。すぐに日本を立たれるんですか？
ああ、仕事も立て込んでいるし、このことを伝えなければいけないロボットがあと3人。
ゲジヒトさん、また来てくださいね。約束ですよ。
ああ、約束だ。
Guess we're just not gonna cover
素
it.
敵な奥さんですね。
Guess not.
だからチップを読ませるなんて嫌なんだ。
I guess after 60 years, it's just a given,
ほ
right?
ら、大人をからかうな。すぐに消去だ。
That either you know Astro Boy's origin or you don't.
Yeah, I guess it's the question of like, do we need to see Bruce Wayne's parents die again to get it? Like, probably not.
The answer to every movie says is yes.
ありがとう。
I would say that's because the people writing those movies don't trust the audience.
ゲジヒトさん、待ってますよ。
必ずまた会おう。
I want to say the streets feel weirdly empty, but I'm not going to blame them for not animating 50 crowds.
It's also the future, so
Yeah.
who's to tell?
被害者の死因は
窒息死です。
窒息死。凶器は何だ？ロープか。
いえ、それがわからないんです。ただ首を圧迫されたとしか。
痕跡がないのか。
はい。
おい、立体再現しろや。
Reminds me of those home insurance commercials.
I'm just surprised they have a holodeck.
It doesn't seem as complicated as a holodeck.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually like raising terrain. It's like, okay, that makes more sense.
Well, maybe it is. That was the same exact board the other guy walked over, right?
え、本当で
I
すか？
think so.
ああ、現場に痕跡を残さないということは。
不思議だな。
How'd you get in here?
There's a pass. You don't see it?
Oh, okay.
アトム。
At least he's wearing his guest pass.
高橋警視、中村課長。
誰の許可を得てここに入ってきた？
入館証はいただいてます。
Well, I'm glad they had the same conversation we just
要
had.
請されましたよね。僕の中に担当捜査官のゲジヒトさんのメモリーを入力しました。スイスのモンブラン事件もデュッセルドルフの事件もインプットされています。
他人の頭の中身を簡単にコピーするとは便利にできてるもんだ、ロボットってやつは。だがそれで何もかも分かったと思ったら大間違いだ。所詮お前らは美しいもうまいもわからん連中だ。
Tasty, sure. Beautiful, that's subjective, man. Come on.
怒りやすいか。とうとうやったな。ロボットが殺人を犯したぞ。
なぜそんなことが？
What do you mean, finally?
人間などいないんだよ。生きてる人間は指紋やら髪の毛やらいろいろと残すもんだ。だがこの現場には
No human could ever be,
じゃあ
get away with a crime. That's right.
ここの瓦礫の下にお茶があります。
お茶。
はい。割れた湯飲み茶碗が2つ。それ
I have a problem with this already.
おい、ピックアップしろ。はい。
How does the hologram system pick up something that you missed when you would have been scanning it?
I'm guessing the robots that were there were doing the scan and they just detected it and then, like, they didn't say anything.
ロボットが訪ねてきたのにお茶と羊羹出しますか？
We literally just saw you eating food and the other robot drinking at the cafe.
動画を
You're reading their mind.
アジサイ。二人は縁側に腰掛けてアジサイを見ていた。
おいピックアップしろ。
確かにそこの庭先にはアジ
That wasn't the important detail.
ロボットは美しいものがわからないんですよね。これでも犯人はロボットですか？
それじゃ何かその人間がこの家もぶち壊したっていうのか。のほほんとアジサイ見た後この家をブルドーザーで潰したっていうのか。
That does make a confusing set of circumstances for sure.
I think I understand who did it now. But I have no idea why or anything else. And no, it's not something you'd be able to figure out right now without clues, so...
So it is the same character, same power set here. Whoever Pluto
その
is.
後田崎さんは庭に出た。すみません。遺体写真を出していただけませんか？
いや子供の見るもんじゃないよ。
構わん。子供に見えるだけでただのロボットだ。
はあ、おい出してくれ。はい。
You also saw him crying in the bathroom, remember, so...
Yeah, it's not like these things won't affect him, it just,
Oh, back flashback, remember? Remember that guy, right?
Yep.
Just in case you missed it the first time.
これはゲジヒトさんのメモリー。
ローマ神話の冥王。
ローマ神話の冥王。プルート。
I think we've seen everything except the face
田崎
now.
純一郎さんはペンを使われる方でしたか？
ああ右手にペンダコがあるからそのようだね。
雨で流されてますけど、かすかに手にインクが。
How do you know he had a callus on his middle finger, but didn't notice he had ink on his fingers?
Maybe they didn't connect it as important.
濡れた足跡。そうか。庭先から慌てて家の中に戻ってるんだ。書斎へ。ほらここ。手についてるのと同じインクが転がってる。
おいピックアップ。
This feels like an Arkham City sort of
A
crime
little
scene.
bit, yeah, we're using detective vision to figure this out.
Literally, he is.
ピックアップしてください。
名刺。
調査団。
あったぞ。インクと指紋がついた名刺だ。
誰の名刺ですか。
Ah, we're gonna have to wait on the clue.
Lex Luthor.
またその話かね。何度言われても私の考えは変わらない。トラキアが何と言おうと、我々は戦争のためにロボットを作っているんじゃない。まったく。
お茶の水博士。
おお、アトムや。
今少しいいですか？
Oh, is this the science center?
I think so. It's a huge, important looking building, right?
No, science center is a very specific building in the Astro Boy place. In which case, this might be important person in the show is a scientist with like giant white hair and a giant bulbous nose, and I don't know how you'd realistically draw them, so I'm wondering if this is him.
That feels like the description we got, so.
亡くなりました。博士、ランケさんとはどこで知り合われました？
第39次中央アジア紛争の時だよ。ある調査団でね。
田崎純一郎さんは亡くなる間際に連絡を取ろうとして。
So Pluto's a war criminal killing everyone who convicted him?
博士の名刺です。
Is that it?
Remember, I have no context.
博士の
That's what I'm feeling we're getting?
命を狙われているんです。ボラー調査団の元メンバー全員が。
I feel like that was a typo.
ボラーとは一体何です？
Never mind, it wasn't a typo.
Oh, this is some Star Wars right here.
They said Board of
Those are
Committee,
BT.
and I thought they meant Board of Committee, so that's why I get confused. Like Kim Jong-il, apparently. And Saddam Hussein.
Chubby Saddam.
国連の定める権利条約から大きく外れる処遇を受けていた。そしてダリウス14世は圧倒的なロボット軍事力で近隣諸国を制圧し、中央アジアを手中に収めようとしていた。そこで提案されたのが大量破壊ロボット製造禁止条約だ。即座に国連で承認され、ほどなくペルシア王国に大量破壊ロボット保有の疑惑が浮かんだ。条約の承認を呼びかけたのも、疑惑を主張したのも、トラキア合衆国のアレクサンダー大統領だ。
That is the most George Bush impersonator I've ever seen.
国に派遣されたのがボラー調査団。そもそもボラーとは何なのか、呼び名なのか、何を指しているのか、皆目わからないまま、その調査団の
Figuring stuff out.
私、ランケ、そして田崎氏だ。
それでボラーは？
トラキア合衆国が言うような大量破壊ロボットはどこにもなかった。
ではトラキア合衆国。
No, it's just like real life. They was never there.
天才がいたんだよ。
天才。
I can't believe Astro Boy has its own Iraq war.
配備できたのは一人の天才科学者の手腕と言われている。
その科学者の名前は？
通称ゴジ博士。本当の名前はわからない。顔も公になっている。
Obviously, I'm not going to say anything out loud, but those of you who have seen my solo reaction to this 2-double thing will know who I'm thinking of. The two people I'm thinking of, in fact.
We got an evil secret scientist who makes robots that are out to take over the world. Alright. We got Dr. Wiley.
Unless, in fact, given the fact that they're showing this stuff as backstory, that they're kind of making the 1963 one canon as well. But then they would know who the other person is, so I don't know.
I still like what we're getting.
He said, I'm still figuring it out. Mount Blanc. I'm assuming you can recognize his face.
Yeah, he's just in the middle of an episode right now. I almost wanted him to come flying in playing Fortunate Sons, I'll be honest.
二人とも怪我はないか。ブランドは2895体破壊した。
That's gotta be a reference.
俺は2962体。モンブラン、あんたは何体だ？
いっぱい。
いっぱいか。さすがだな。3022体だ。
Mont Blanc is the greatest hero, destroys the most robots.
僕たちは正義のためにここに来たんだよね。虐げられたロボットたちを解放するためにここに来たんだよね。僕たちは
アクセスしてみろ。
So I know it's very serious, but god damn, that dude is ripped.
He really is.
中心部にも平和維持軍が入ってきたらしい。
Astro Boy in military garb with like a plate carrier. Oh, that's cursed.
俺たちはここに何をしに来たか。破壊すべき本当の相手は誰だったのか。憎むべき相手は誰だったのか。
憎む？
ああ、一体何なんだこの憎しみというやつは。
Good scene. I think there's gonna need some time for that to get more context, but it's time for the Robo Rumble. No, I'm as hype as the rest of the crowd for this.
I mean, if you lived in this world, how could you not watch this?
Yeah, no, this is amazing.
Oh, Brando. It's Brando. Go through some Regal later.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do have the order of events all a little off in my head, but I would have expected this guy to be underwater.
見事な試合でしたね、ブランドさん。
いや、近頃は相当ガタが来ててね。試合後はこうしてしばらく動けないこともある。
でも不思議ですね。対戦相手も同じパンクラチオンスーツなのに、あなたが入るととてつもなく強い。
試合なんてのは経験の蓄積でなんとかなる。あとは運だ。
運？
ああ、ロボットが運なんて言うと人間は笑うがね。俺はラッキーマンなのさ。
Oh, I like his personality. He's fun.
古い町だろ？
ええ。
俺んちはこの上だ。格闘技界のスーパースターがなんでこんなボロアパートに住んでるんだっていう。
I feel like at the very least, we've got motivation, if not person.
Yeah, we're building a profile.
だが、俺は別のことに金を使った。
Observe my entire Warhammer collection.
格闘王のご機関だ。
Oh, just 5 kids.
So adoption.
Oh, this is adorable.
当たり前だ。
You know what that means.
お、そうだ、女房のミネだ。
どうも、ユーロポールのゲジ人です。
さあみんな、飯だぞ。
さあ、どうぞお入りください。
こら、こぼすなよ。もう。
食事中に走り回らないの。ねえねえ、おじさん刑事なの？
そうだよ。
じゃあさ、かっこいい武器とか持ってないの？
I do. We can murder so many robots. Wanna see?
こら、バカ言ってんじゃないの。
Don't remember his gun's like a taser.
Yeah, yeah. But it's cool and integrated.
すみません、本当に。
いえ、こんな楽しい食事は久しぶりです。
どうだい？人間のするような食事もなかなかだろう？
ねえ、賑やかでいいですね。
うちはいつもこんなだよ。毎日がお祭り騒ぎだ。
あんた、サラダもちゃんと食べな。うちじゃ母さんが一番強いんだよ。
母さんが世界チャンピオンよね。チャンピオン、チャンピオン、チャンピオン、チャンピオン、チャンピオン。
バカ言ってないで食べちゃう。
This really does feel like the build-up for something terrible is gonna happen to him.
That's what I was trying to imply to you a second ago.
I agree. This is all too precious and perfect for it to be anything else.
あんまり飲みすぎないでよ。
この生活を手に入れたんだ。稼いだファイトマネーでな。
ええ。
俺がこんな仕事だろう。女房からしてみりゃ亭主がいつバラバラの部品になって帰ってくるか知れない。そうやって峰はいつも一人で怯えながら俺の帰りを待ってたんだ。そんな時にあの法律ができた。
ロボット養子縁組制度。
ああ、初めは一人、もっと賑やかな方がいい。
No, he said he adopted.
もう一人、そして
Seemed obvious.
不思議なもんでな。前はいつ試合でバラバラにされても構わないって思ってたもんだが、今は少しでも長く生きたいと思うようになった。不思議だろう。いつ死んでもいいように子供を手に入れたのに、いざそうなると今度は死にたくなくなる。モンブランも生きたかっただろう。
Yes, Griff, we know.
There we go.
He's giving off all the I'm gonna die next signs.
No, I'm just like investigating his worldview and what's going on with him.
戦った思い出よりもバカ騒ぎしたり一晩中話したり木や鳥の話、やつはいろんな話をしてくれた。
Oh, here's the "it's so sad he died" part.
あんな死に方するなんて。
ノース2号というロボットご存知ですか？
ああ、名前だけはな。
死にました。先週のことです。彼はスコットランドに住む音楽家の執事として静かに暮らしていたのですが。
殺されたのか？
ええ。そしてあなたの身にも危険が迫っています。
俺のことなら心配ない。
It's funny to think
俺は格闘王だ。
the world's greatest robots are all relatively mundane.
Yeah, it's kind of funny having that contrast. But I guess like that's the entire point, right? You want to humanize these things that are supposedly like very powerful.
おかわりなさいます？
いや、やっぱりきついですね。トルコ式のエネルギー触媒は。
Just something to think about from an outside narrative point of view. I'm gonna call them world's greatest robots. Well, what are they, like massive or powerful? Yeah, both. Well, powerful at least. One's a butler. One's a child.
Another one's a forester.
One guy wrestles. Like, is that big enough for you?
Yeah.
子供はいいぞ。あんたも考えてみればいい。まあ、俺んとこみたいに5人は無理だろうけどな。
そうですね。
どうした？
The guy at the compactor.
Oh, is Astro gonna end up with the dreams too?
本当に大丈夫か？
ええ、平気です。
ならいいんだが。
No, he was having the dreams before that guy.
気をつけて。何かあったら私に連絡してください。
That's the compacting guy that he met when he was investigating Robbie.
Oh, okay, okay.
The first episode was his dream, remember? The very first shot of the first episode was him dreaming, which was before he met up with Robbie and all that.
俺は家族を得て運を勝ち取った。もしあんたに何かあったら俺に連絡してくれ。俺はラッキーマンだ。
ええ、よろしく頼みます。頼むから死なないでくれ。
I wonder if one of these is the guy we saw Jet in.
I think so. Like, it's the same shape at the very least.
Well, both of them are. So that's what I'm saying.
I think the forward horn is actually the one we saw before then. Because that is actually... No, they both have forward horns. It changes
They're the
when we
same.
zoom back in. Two completely different robot fighting sports.
Is this who I think it is? Huh.
さんの帳簿を壊すからやめてくれと断ったんだがね。結局俺のパンクラチオンスーツの像が立つことになった。人間はそういうものが好きだ。
He's not wrong. I like it. It's a cool suit, man.
I'm pretty sure that is exactly who I think it is. 63, though, he didn't have a human body.
俺は人間の真似はしない。俺はロボットだ。対戦相手を破壊する殺人マシン。しかし最近のあなたの試合は甘くなったと言いたいんだろう。昨べも勝負どころで手を抜いた。こんなことじゃ次のブランド戦は危ういか。
Well, I'm hoping he lives. I mentioned that in the previous scene.
ええ、絶好調でしたよ。だろうね。今まで何度も戦っているが、あいつは強い。
Our specs literally never change.
そうだった。第39次中央アジア紛争の時ですか。ゲジヒと刑事、人間はなぜこんなモニュメントを建てたがるかわかるかい？忘れてしまうからだよ。記憶がどんどん薄れる前にああいうものを立てて忘れないようにする。ところが俺たちはどうだ。メモリーを消去しない限り記憶はいつまでも残る。俺たちは鮮明に
I don't know, you implied a heavy willingness to destroy yourself or others, so...
敵も味方も山のようなロボットの死骸。
The particulars of robot PTSD.
殺意よ。
There is no getting over it for them.
I don't know, in the first episode we covered they can delete their memories.
破壊できなくなった。こういうのを人間はなんて言うんだ。いたわりでしょうか。
So maybe the implication is that this is all caused by a robot that forgot?
俺たちは
Maybe.
進化してる。
Goes back to the default of like, oh right, I'm here to destroy a bunch.
I mean, either that or a robot that got deleted.
Hmm.
The setup from episode 1.
Nande, 一緒に動物園行くって約束してたじゃないか。
ああ、ごめんごめん。どうしても行かなきゃいけない仕事ができちゃったんだよ。
急に行けないなんてひどいよ。
でも次は絶対行く。な、約束だ。
どうせまた約束破るんだ。
You have no idea how much he's gonna break this promise,
いや、
kid.
それは男の約束だ。男の約束っていうのはな、絶対に破っちゃいけないんだ。
ほら、いつまでもごねてないの。お母さん。
I mean, it's nonetheless sad, even if you see it coming.
Oh, it's definitely not gonna be any less sad. Like, I care about this dude. I want to see him live. Come on, Brando, win.
I mean, they're doing a very good job of humanizing every next victim, especially considering that the victims aren't human.
Mm-hmm.
いや、 や世話になった編集者がどうしてもって言うから。
じゃあ楽しく対談してらっしゃい。
おいおい、旦那はヨーロッパチャンプなんだぜ。いろいろと外せない仕事が。
Ah, she ain't here to.
どうした？
どうしたじゃないですよ。勝手にパンクラジオンスーツを持ち出すなんて。
大丈夫だ、すぐに返すよ。
そういう問題じゃないんです。輸送車まで許可なく使って、もし何かあったら試合に出られなくなりますよ。次は何だってあのヘラクレスとの試合
だからさ。
I thought it was gonna hang up.
次の試合のためにちょっと借りるだけさ。
Come on, man. At least tag out your stuff before you take it. No, he's got other things on mind. He knows it's coming.
そうせかすな。
Well, he's been focusing on Mount Blanc's pictures and everything in the memorial. I figured maybe he knows something and is heading out to fight something.
The storm clouds mean Pluto's already there for sure, though.
That has to be the guy who I'm thinking it is. This is what he looks like, non-cartoony.
ロボットなのか。はたまたロボットと人間両方か。
I'm disappointed this episode wasn't Astro Boy's backstory, though.
ブラウ1589のケースだけだよ。
本当なんですか？
なぜだい？
いえ、ブラウ1589というロボットの人工知能は
None.
どういう欠陥があったんですか？
欠陥はなかった。
But you already know before you ask that question, because our detective asked that question.
Yeah.
Or he talked about it.
I guess he just wants to ask the source of the information to, like, grill him a bit more.
Is that the source?
人間ということですか？
この辺りならいいだろう。
Hey! You remember when I said, oh, well, I expected this guy to be in water?
Well, here we are.
It's like I watched also the really short version of this story, I guess. I was like, this guy's weird for being in water for some reason. And then boom, here we are.
Oh.
What, we know he's a robot?
But it's like, oh, you take off the head, like you don't just slip in the other body.
Well, you thought he was like, oh, I was about to spoil a future show we're gonna watch.
Alright, show us what you got.
So the 63 version of him did not have the fire. I like how they're not showing how it goes down.
Yeah, just building up the tension. It's like, I want to see the straight up fight. I want to know what's like. No, it's just getting more horrifying now. You got a front row to a fight, kid.
どうした？
イスタンブールと回線が。ゲジヒタさん、何ですかこれは？
ブランドからの通信だ。
I just want to see what he looks like in this version.
That's exactly what they're doing, though. We're gonna get it.
ブランド、今から俺の戦いを見せてやる。やめろ、やめるんだブランド。
ブランドさん、逃げて。
場所を割り出した。国海沿岸だ。行くぞゲジスト。
モンブラン。
I think this also helps to explain everything that's going to come after.
ブランド、まともに戦うな。今からそっちへ行く。
Hover car. Hell yeah. Can't you get halfway around the world in time? I don't think so.
I mean, you know anything about Astro Boy.
It's like, I know he can fly. Oh, that's nice and ominous.
なんだ今のは。ブランド、応答しろ。ブランド。ブランド。
Oh, he's gone. I think the thing is, in the previous version, Astro Boy was there for that, so that's a change too.
やったよ。ブランド。倒したよ。
ブランドさん。
俺の勝ちだ。だけど、俺もやられた。今行く。待ってるブランド。ヘラクレス。今度の試合楽しみにしてたんだ。
Oh no.
きっと俺の勝ちだ。バカ言うな。
I'm not giving you an inch, even if you are dying.
I ain't giving you an inch.
すぐに助けに行く。おとなしくそこで待ってろ。今戦った時分析した敵のデータを送信する。ブランド、無理するな。
Oh, they're patched in to see like his life flash before his eyes. Oh, no robot in this universe has it easy.
おかしいな。ブランドの家族の画像だ。くそ。カイロがおかしいんだ。ブランド、もういい。ダメだ。正しいデータが送れない。もういいんだ。おかしいな。ごめんな。制御が効かない。
Oh, this cannot get more tragic.
言ったろ。俺はラッキーマンだ。子供たちと動物園に行く約束をした。男の約束だ。
It's all the added context that makes everything hit that much harder.
I know. It's so good at doing it.
俺はラッキーマンだ。ブランド。
The only thing you can think of as you die is all of your family and all of your friends get to see that be your last thought. Ugh. My heart. The show.
海底に沈んだ大量の残骸だけだ。
ゲジヒトさん、ヘラクレスさん。 一瞬だけ渾身してきたデータをキャッチしませんでしたか？
いや何も。それはブランドではない何者かの発信ということか。
ええ、何か別の抑制の効かなくなった人工知能から発せられたノイズのような。
ノイズ？
なんだろうこれ。
Oh, does that mean the flash the detective's getting is someone patching in?
わかりました。
Oh,
こ
actually.
れ次の瞬間です。
なんだこれは。
人間はこういうものを何と呼ぶんだろう。死神。
死神？
感情。巨大な苦しみ。
Oh.
That's ominous.
No,
Can
I
you
understand
explain
it.
further.
I can't. It would be spoiler. The knowledge that I have of what I've. What did you see?
Just a black line.
Behind the black line.
The rest of the family?
Those weren't the family members. If I'm right, when I saw what I saw, that wasn't family members. That was two different people. Recognizing that there was two different people back there, I can now place them who I think they were in the 63 version of the show. Which then tells me who they are. Not why it's being transmitted there, though. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Maybe it's... Oh! Took me a second there, too.
Dude, he's about to get a hit on him from the world's strongest robot. I think there's more important things.
It's all pieces of Brando.
ここでブランドは戦って敵を倒した。じゃあ、なぜ敵の部品は見つからない？
ヘラクレス、軍も警察も諦めた回収作業だぞ。なぜお前が大枚
Well, they did a shit job considering how much he just picked back up already.
ブランドに対する友情か？ファンはみんな待ってるんだ。投資ヘラクレスが帰ってくるのを。俺だってそうだ。
Alright, he's hitting on the more emotional argument now.
もう一度。
ヘラクレスさん、ブランドの腕が発見されました。
分かった。大事に回収してくれ。
それがちょっと妙なんです。発見されたのはこの海域じゃなく100キロほど離れた岩礁の上なんです。案内します。
100 kilometers away. That's how hard the impact was.
Well, there, could be other implications from that.
How much do you think one of those arms weigh?
No clue. Don't know what they're made of.
Let's just say steel.
I don't know. I don't know, because they're not the human Brando arms either. I don't know. I bet you it's holding something.
Oh, it has to be. This is the dramatic reveal.
I bet it's black.
What?
I called that wrong. Well, you get it, right?
Yeah.
It's always the head and then the horns. But it's memory
He
chip
did
in
what he
place
could
of
with
its
what he
head.
had.
Well, yeah, because he'd take his head off to put it on the...
No, don't break his friend.
Well, he's dead.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was such a tease. That was so...
I guess that's
oh.
fair. Now that I'm remembering right, of course it wouldn't be. So yeah, no, I think... So far, I've only been able to confirm... well, not confirm... Believe that I'm finally getting the elements from the 1963 version are finally here. I think I finally spotted 2 of the people from the 1963 version here. It's the motivations and the why things are happening that I don't know. So I'm still in the same mystery as you, or I'm just maybe like a step ahead, but not a step ahead enough to say anything. Or at least I can't tell you because you have no idea who I would even refer to.
So I got motivations for Pluto. You ready for them? I got the first one, which I think I already said, which was Pluto is out for revenge against the people who are trying to convict him of war crime or whatever, right? Like the investigation group, he's after them because like they want to punish him. That was my basic original read of just like, okay, shot in the dark. New read. Pluto has the opinion that robots are just killing tools. And so he can't stand the idea of being treated like humans because that's in some way wrong or inferior to him as well. So he's getting rid of all the robots who just want to be human, who are fighting with or against him. And he's getting rid of all the people who are in the support of robots being human because that's just not how he thinks things should be. Third possibility, it's in everybody's heads somehow. I don't know how, but each of them is going crazy in a specific way that causes them to see a tornado come down and then they rip themselves apart.
Well,
that doesn't make sense for the humans. It doesn't account for like other people reporting seeing a tornado, but it would be very interesting to us.
I don't think that last one holds any water. And the other 2, I guess, are plausible. I just, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
See, again, I don't... even knowing what I know... And I don't even think it'd be spoiler to try and fucking guess what Pluto's motivations are. I don't think I could. I mean, well, I think I could in one way, because... obviously, I've seen people on screen together in the 1963 version, which would then indicate to you what the motivations might be. But until those people appear on screen here, I don't want to say that. So all I can do is say, maybe on the 2 that you said, because what I know, adding on to your hypothesis, possibly, I mean, I don't know 100% for sure what the motivations of any of the characters were.
Yeah.
Other than obviously the heroes who are trying not to die or to fight other people from being killed. But any of the people involved with the Pluto side of things, I don't know what their motivations are. So maybe, like,
right.
I will point out though, I think I should say this for the sake of posterity. For number 2, he got a lot longer of a fight scene in the 1963 than he got here.
We haven't been getting fight scenes. We haven't had a fight scene, right?
Well,
we've been having like the implication of a horrible fight about to happen, and then smash cuts like your friend is dead.
I mean, Bruno. Yeah, boy, here got a fight scene. It's just all in first person in the middle of a tornado, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Right. Which is also like complicated him sending the information too, I think. But all right.
Well, the damage complicated sending the information.
But yeah, instead of getting straight to it, like you remember, we're getting all the background, we're getting all the drama, and honestly, I'm here for the drama. Like the little bit where Hercule is like setting up to be like, yeah, I'm ready to fight Brondo. It's like, Brondo, you're dying. It's like, no, I win still. Come on, stick around. Just tell me I'm wrong. And then he has to follow the entire trail. He wants to recover all the pieces. He wants to figure out the mystery. and he thinks he's about to get a clue, but he's just taunted by the killer. It's like, that's amazing. That was great. I could not have like expected better than like coming to like find the piece of your friend only to find the killer's still alive. He set it up and it was there for you.
Yeah, I got duped a little bit because I thought, oh, he's gonna find X. I'm not gonna say it over there, and it's like, because I was just expecting, okay, this is what this character is like. What would he have done in his final moments? What would have been a clue that he would have tried to send his friends at the final moment? And then I remembered, oh wait, no, I didn't play out that way in the thing. So I had no idea what we were going to get there until the moment I realized, oh wait, it couldn't be that. And then it's like, oh, the horn thing again, which is great because I love the addition of the memory chip in place of head.
Yeah, it's like that's definitely a like this is the best I can do, a kind of serial killer vibe, right? It's like I need to do it this way. This is all I got, so I'm doing it. It's so good. So, where does this leave us off? Next time, everyone else is now aware that they can be a target. They have as much reason to prepare or even just stick together now because they know they're going to come for him again. They may as well do it like, what, 4-on-1 now? That's
Again,
the best case scenario they have. It's not like they can go to anyone for help.
The benefit I have in my head, or at least the very shitty memory I have, is I still remember the order of operations. So...
Oh, there's more death coming. Let's go. Oh, there's so many good things about this show here. Theta, I want to go ahead and just toss over to you. Is there anything you want to go ahead and say here, or like anything you want to draw attention to? What was like the best part for you?
Well, obviously the best part is that you promised to take us to the zoo, because that's the emotion. That's the emotional punch followed by the, then the flashback to the final memories thing. So.
Yeah, I think the final memories like hit me harder, but like the you promised to go to the zoo today, like where he's reneging on like his promise to the kids. I'm just like, oh, this is a lie. These are blatant lies. He's trying to protect everyone and he's trying to get out of there. Especially as soon as he took the truck, it's like, oh right, he knows this is coming. Which I guess comes to the question of how did he know it was coming? What does he know that he still hasn't told other people?
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right then. So I think on that note, that's what we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the day. This has been Stone Face Reactions, everybody. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?